Okay, hi everyone. Since I get a lot of comments on why are my hamsters usually so tame, I'm going to try to make an instruction video on, not tame, but how to socialize with your newly bought hamster. And Sammie's going to be the star of the simulation, so let's get to it. Okay, so first of all, when you first buy the hamster's probably in a box or something. You shouldn't just chuck the hamster into the new cage without any warning. You should just put the box in the cage and let the hamster come out on its own. And it's probably a good idea to leave the box in the cage for the next few days because it's the only thing the hamster is relatively familiar with at this point. Okay, and this is personal preference, but I try to avoid, in the first few days anyways, giving the hamster a house that is completely concealing, like it hides the hamster completely. The reason why I'm against it is it gives the hamster a feeling like it's only safe if it's completely out of your sight, and that's not really the impression you want the hamster to have. You want the hamster to feel that even though the house doesn't conceal it completely, it's still safe because it's a safe environment and you won't harm it. And okay, here you go. And on the topic of, not yet. On the topic of socializing, the best time to start getting hamster be used to you petting her is during mealtime, because that's when the hamster is pretty still and it's pretty happy because, you know, food. So I put a treat and hopefully she'll eat it so I can demonstrate. Okay, good. So what you want to do is while the hamster is eating, gently pet the hamster, like gently. If the hamster freezes and stops eating because it's scared, don't let go because that will leave it a pretty bad first impression. Instead, keep petting the hamster until the hamster relaxes and resumes eating. Then you can leave it alone. So the rule of thumb is never leave an interaction on a bad note. Always only leave when the hamster is comfortable, relaxed, or doing whatever they're doing. Okay, so now that the hamster is used to you petting her back when she's eating, you can try going a little bit further and try offering the hamster food on your hand. If you're scared the hamster will bite you, just leave it a little bit, you know, on the outer side. She probably won't take it because she's not very, oh, she actually took it. Yeah, like that. So you keep doing that, keep giving her food on your palm so that I keep using she because this is a girl, so bear with me. So she'll be used to your scent. And another rule of thumb is if the hamster nips you because they're curious or whatever, don't freak out and, you know, like smack the hamster away. That'll pretty much traumatize the hamster. Try to be as calm as possible. Like slowly pull your hand away, but don't like fling the hamster against a wall or something. Okay, because I love to hold my hamsters, as you can tell, another thing I do to get the hamster used to being held is lift the hamster across the cage. Only across, so from point A in the cage to point B. You're not taking them anywhere outside of the cage. So this is what I do. If she'll stop trying to, okay. So, okay, so I do, okay, so I lift the hamster and I put them somewhere else. And the first few times the hamster might be a little bit nervous, but once it realizes that all you're doing is just moving it within the cage, they'll probably not care as much. And, you know, try to be quick about it, but gentle. So like this, so you put them somewhere else, like that. Oh, another thing I do is to get the hamster to be used to my palm, which is probably a really strange feeling for the hamster, is while the hamster is doing their own thing, I usually just put my palm there. And the hamster will usually, you know, at first they'll avoid it. Well, my hamster's trying to climb on me, but stop it. So, no, I'm not holding you yet. No! So I put my palm in there, and the first few times the hamster will probably like skip around it. Then slowly they'll like put a paw on your hand, and then, Sammie, no. And put a paw on your hand, and then, you know, then start walking around your hand like you're just a piece of the scenery, and that's what we want. The hamster to treat your palm like it's nothing special. And okay, Sammie. So now that the hamster feels your palm is nothing special and they're pretty used to being lifted midair and then placed on another side of the cage, it's time to make the hamster feel your palm is actually pretty special, but in a good way. So what I can't really demonstrate this because I'm using one hand, but you lift the hamster okay, I should mention first that hamsters are really curious creatures. Take advantage of that. So pick up the hamster, put the hamster on your palm, and before the hamster freaks out, immediately let the hamster sniff something, anything, something new, like a piece of furniture, a toy, a book, whatever. Then quickly put them back down. Then repeat, but do it to something else. Pick it up and let it sniff like a box, and then put the hamster back down. So slowly, when you keep doing that, the hamster will feel like, hey, if I let her hold me, she'll let me sniff awesome things. And in all my experience, if you do this frequent enough, the hamster will slowly, immediately clamp back on your hand like, hey, what was that? Let me sniff whatever it was again. And oh my gosh, get that. Okay, so now that the hamster, voluntarily clamps on your hand for a short period of time, so that they can get to sniff whatever new thing it is, it's time to have some variation. For example, sometimes you might pick it up and feed it a treat instead of letting it sniff something, and then you put it back down. Then you might pick it up and pet it on the back a few times, then put it back down. Then you pick it up and let the hamster sniff something this time, put it back down. So what we want is to vary whatever you do enough, that the hamster doesn't strictly associate you picking it up with one thing, but a variety of things that are all good. So the hamster will start to associate your hand with good feelings, and with time the hamster will be kind of like Sammie, just really eager and always want you to pick it up. And now the hardest part is putting her back down, like seriously, ow, ow, ow. So there we go. And usually this whole training period takes about a month to a month and a half, depending on your hamster's personality. But be patient, be gentle, don't give up, and most hamsters will return the love as long as you treat them right. Okay, Sammie, say bye-bye. Come here. Okay, say bye-bye. Bye-bye.